Home. 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 Home.
That's not having trouble hearing me, sir. That's me not being able to be heard. The game, however, is fine. Well, that's fine. So as I say, we've doing some aggressive calling here with the dealer. If we take that, that's the only slight hiccup with all this. But so the question is, do we drop a Suji into Rise or? Yeah, we got away with that. We might end up having to fold from here, though. White Dragon's fine. 2-5 seems unlikely to come out of this board.
Home.
Okay, whoever's on the right is still attacking. Nine dot safe-ish. Nope. It was not. He'll pick up a double door hand, and we move on. Good news is I'm dealer from here, and that wasn't the severe losses that might have been. And hand went just a little bit crazy on that one. I probably could have afforded to play that a little differently. Still, north to start. North, 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 north. Be okay with that? Yeah, fine. Okay, so we've hit an Ipeco off the initial tiles. We'll get rid of the 8 rather than the 2 right now. Just because of how close it is to the door, we want to keep that line open a little bit if we can. But other than the Ipeco we got set up, there's not really a lot else going on with this.
Home.
Alright, 7's potentially. Want to keep the east for the moment. Yeah, I think the time is now to get rid of a 2 dot. If we'd have drawn a 3 or a 4, I'd have been inclined to go for that, but get to rely on things. So we need a mid tile or one of the 2 edge tiles to progress the hand. So what do you think? I think we're rid of the 1-2 on this side at this stage. It also leans us a bit more into a Chinitsu potentially, which would be an extreme way to take the hand, but it's still technically possible. Okay, dealer half flush is potentially a thing that's on. So double turn half flush is our most likely progression route from this.
Home.
So I'd love Aegon to play another 3. Okay, well, let's get rid of that for now. We're probably not going to Khan unless we draw that free and we have the Rinchan draw. Otherwise, we're just going to discard this.
Wrong.
Okay, cheap hand. Dealer is bust. Dealer doesn't get his hand bonus there. I mean, in fairness, the free was a bit of an outside one. There are only 3 of those left. Not too disappointed that's how that went out. This is an okay start, though. This has some potential. It's a bit limited in what I can call on, but if I can draw another 9 as well, that potentially gives me into a weird Shanta outside hand. But it's not worth calling on that aggressively from the start. We will, however, get rid of the mid-5. Open up the potential Shanta option. Okay, so North's my bonus wind. We'll get rid of Green Dragon at this stage. Ultimately, the hand hinges on whether I draw another 9. One's already been discarded. We see an Easter's gone, so we'll play that out. Okay, free's a good draw. It returns. Indeed he does. Alright, let's get rid of our North. We see one of them's already gone. It may be our wind, but it seems unlikely that we're going to get anything good with that regards to that, and one additional one was discarded anyway. And while we're not going to force the Chancer, we are going to look towards getting rid of these 4s and 6s. Discard number 5. It's isolated. We already discarded 1. Discord group says hi. With bacon and egg baps. Well, bacon's always appreciated, but I'm not a fan of eggs, unfortunately. Mind you, I don't imagine you got them for me, so it's all good. Alright, we get rid of the 4 6s here. We've got slight progression here. We might just have to reach with what we got. But it won't be a very valuable hand unless I get that other 9 in. No, I'm just not a fan of eggs in any way, shape, or form that have been cooked to me previously, so... It's something I do occasionally try. Multiple people, multiple recipes. I'm just not a fan of eggs. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I mean, if I draw a 1... I mean, I'm not actually anywhere near that point, so... Well, indeed. But they're not eggs in the strictest sense of the word, so...
If
I draw a 1 or a 6, I'm in Tempai. I feel that was a bad push. Not just because it's pausing there at this stage. But it feels dodgy. Also, this 1-2-3 is not going to pay off at the moment. Oh, we hit our second Dora. Okay, what do we want to do from here then? I think we go for Glory. There's not that many 1-dots left, but we're going to go for Glory. 3 is safe. Against him. Probably not against anybody else. So if I draw a 9 or a 1. Wrong 9. But that 9 looks like it's going to be a safe discard.
C.
No, you're not allowed to hear me. We've had this discussion before. That is a really terrible discard. Alright, 1 safe against a reach. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with that.
Wrong.
Yeah, not bad. So Aegon pulls into the lead from that. But keeping the game nice and even, which is where I'd prefer it to be. So final East round. We've got a couple of our bonus tile, and we can immediately call it, which I'm tempted to do at this stage.
Home.
Well, you know, that's no different from when you're playing against Aegon. We also have Dora Dragon, which is something that kind of goes against what we did here. If I had a second Dora Dragon, then absolutely, but... But that's not even that good. Even assuming I got that Western thing, that's not really a big help. So the ideal way I need to progress his hand is Green Dragon, toss that, free, toss that, Tempai. Or something of that nature. White Dragons should be fine, there's one indicator. Okay, that can potentially be useful. So that gives me a free potential route to Tempai. Does mean I might have to get rid of this Green Dragon, which, again, really don't want to do. If you draw a second, it just saves a lot of problems. I don't even need the set, really. I just need a pair so I can use it. Okay, so off goes Rise. Gonna go Safety Scar for the moment, which is called. So aggressive Chinitsu on the right.
Each.
Whatever Aegon is doing on the left. T-Lot seems the safest discarding context. It was previously safe. I don't know what else going for me at this stage. 5 dot seems dodgy as well, but I own 2 6s. I see 7s. Let's risk it.
Wrong.
I know a lot of options with that hand, in fairness, especially considering that was a Chinitsu on the right. So the 5 dot based on the earlier thing was my best bet on that. Didn't pay off, but that is the way the game goes sometimes. I wouldn't actually mind a West redraw at this point, so we'll see if we can help that along. Didn't happen. Alright, so South round. We're not that far away from the lead in context, really. 16,500 points is just a Mungan in Want Some Dealer. And it's certainly possible for that type of hand to be developed. 1 Dora. Potential Pinfu from this. We're going to play this calm and cautiously for a couple of hands. We don't want to lose any more points if we can avoid it. And we have some very aggressive players on the board. Okay, so run pair, run set. Okay, this is looking quite advanced. Should be able to get this to Pinfu at the very least. Pinfu Dora would be fine. Can't go Tanya without getting rid of a Dora, but I suppose if it's the same value, it's not the end of the world for us to do that. The Reach Tamping Dora for Mungan would be perfect right about now. Oof, okay. I think at this point we get rid of Adora. Because we got the triple there, triple run, and also this potentially gives us a lot of extra weights on this side, it's better for us to get rid of the Dora weight now because we're almost certainly going to have to go Tanyo. And we're 1 from Tempai. So 1 4 5 7 8 doesn't get us there. That potentially opens up our weight patterns. So we have pair, triplet, and a 4-6 potentially here. So, oh, goodness knows. This is going to get complicated in a hurry, I feel. Second Dora to gotten rid of. I'm going to still toss the 3 for Tenpai, which is the simplest way. There are probably other ways I could take this, though. Because we have a 4-5
each.
3-5 in there, reach on that. So I guess we might be silently doing stuff then. Now we have Tenpai. I have to get rid of the 3 to do it.
Dong.
Yeah. Risky, but I'm down on points. I've got to take those risks. There's a nothing hand other than the Oradura as well. Okay. Time for dealer comeback. Let's see how well the Jam Mine is flowing today. Okay, pair of 8s. It's got some really good potential hands, but nothing that's really come off. This is actually probably the cheapest starting hand I've gone with. But I feel this is going to be fine. Red 5 Dora. If I can get another 5 here, that's going to set me up nicely. Especially if the Green Dragon isn't called. I may also try and force us into just a quick Tanyo at some stage. Just buy myself a redraw. So we might be calling the 5-8s on this side of things. Again, my point situation now means that I kind of have to try for things a bit more. Hence why I discarded the 3, even though it was risky against Rise in the last hand. It kind of had to be done. Okay, that might be okay for us, actually. There's a risk of making us for a 10 with this discard, but I feel we need to do it because our weight is going to be Tanyo from this position. Another pair of 8s. Does mean we might have to abandon the door of 5 unless we get another side, unless we get 4 or 3 quickly. No, a pair of 5s would do, actually. And because I'm going Tanyo, I can afford to have both, so... Five would be a best draw still, because that gives me close. I'm still 2 away, but... We can start calling things if we get the right draws at this stage. Possibly it's 2 I gave up, but I feel this is still right. I was about to say, we're losing 2s and 5s though, so maybe we need to start doing this. 1 from Tenpai. 5 would do it. 2 would do it as well. So 2-5, 2-5-8, or another 5.
Home.
And of course we can call that 5 if we decide to.
See.
People are being aggressive, and they feel that it's time. Dodgy, but I have absolutely no choice.
Hung.
Oh, Hagen's going to help us out massively with that. Because exactly what you want to have when you're in last place is for people to decide to con things.
Home.
Alright, we're in Tenpai. Not going to get any extra Condor out of it, but, you know, if people are going to be aggressive, there's a chance things will get discarded here. 5s and 8s are also safe tiles against both of them, so... Stretching a point, but we have to go for this.
Dong.
Yeah, that's my dealer turn killed. Right, it's probably being a little too aggressive with a card on the board in fairness, but he is winning. He should be maximizing his chance of winning by just refusing to be aggressive into that, because that could have gone anywhere. I could have easily hit Dora 8 at, well, maybe not Dora 8, but I could have hit Dora 4 off of the bits there. Anyway, so now I really need to get a big hand in order to progress, so I'm not sure what we can really do with this one. This is not at all a hand that's relevant for that. So I feel what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to start culling and going straight for Chinitsu. Well, it's not the ideal way to work, but I need hands, and unfortunately I need hands that are worth stuff. So let's see how well we can build. Thankfully had 3 okay draws in a row. We don't mind bonus tiles if we can get sets of them, so we just need to keep an eye on those. Does mean it's always going to be slow, but what can you do? Alright, thankfully drawing a white dragon after that is quite useful.
Boom.
Heh. Seems a long shot.
Boom.
Raj wants to end the game quickly. He should really be a bit more defensive than he's being right now, in fairness, because Aegon's not that far from him. It would not take much. Him dealing in by being aggressive would cost him the win at this stage. Alright, 2 reds are gone, so we can get rid of our red. Got a half flush established. That's a nice draw as well. Gives us the pair, gives us a 4 we can call there. Gives us another tile we could actually just call outright and take from there. So, okay. I'm still 2-3 away. It's unlikely I'm going to win the race at this stage, but you never know. Aegon could be nice. In fairness, Green Dragon could also be the winner for somebody, so I've got to worry about that a little bit. Copy the 8. Go on.
Chi.
Alright, 2 for a free-sided tempo. There's only one of those left, unfortunately, but that will do.
Chi.
1 for Dragon Honitsu. With Dora if it's the 1. Imagine somebody's got a triplet of them, though, so this seems unlikely on that side. I might get the 4, though. Somebody's going to be extremely kind.
Each.
Ooh, that's risky, but he obviously needs the points as well. He's in a similar position to me in which he needs to really go for it.
Long.
It's fair, but again, I'm not sure he needed it. Alright, final hand then. That's us pretty much avoiding bust out at this stage. The hand is not going to hit. Well, actually, it's an awkward hand to go for a 1-suitor. It's an awkward hand to go for anything, particularly, in all fairness, but... Alright, so we're going to call this game a write-off at this stage. We've dealt in a couple of times on risky hands. Got behind, had to play risky, dealt in more. This is the way game goes occasionally. Roll with the punches. Do not let yourself go on tilt. Move on. So, the only way we can turn this into a Yakuman hand from this position is to just start tripleting up. But as you can already guess, that's going to be extremely difficult to do. Toito with no Dora is not going to help. No, it's not going to help either. We'll just get rid of our 2 here. Get rid of a complete set in an erratic order. Always a sign of a good hand, that one. So our best hope is hoping that JPC is in Tenpai in the draw, but I think he wins anyway if that situation occurs because he is currently ahead in the points. I don't think there's a rule that requires him to have a win to end the game. So this will be the last hand. And Aiken's not... Well, I think Aiken's still in range. If he hits him with a free hand, that's good enough. If JPC deals into a Hanneman, then he loses as well. There are definite ways this could end badly for Rise. But I'm so far 2 pairs into my Suanko strategy at this point. And I think the last of those are being eaten up. So we're not really going to be able to do anything. So we're probably going to just play defensive now. And it is a shame, but well, it won't bust out.
Home. Home.
Hey, if he wants to deal into a Hanneman, that's his own prerogative, but you know. Because ultimately, his game's not over yet, no matter what he thinks about it. If Aegon gets a Hanneman set up, if he's holding Dora 4, and there are no Doras discarded, I mean, Dragon, free Dora, plus anything, triplets or something like that, Aegon can very definitely come back from this. I was safety discounts against these 2. It wasn't necessarily him, but I'm not really playing to get out of this at this stage, so... North. Yeah, I see enough of those. Self-drawn, so that is game. Bryce will win unless this is a huge hand. It really isn't. Alright, on to the next one. GG, however, yeah, you really don't need to play that risky when you've got that little of a lead. Anyway, game without Rise for a little bit, so he can go and comment on things. He did. Whether he's aware he did or not is another matter, but he's got to be picking up a few bits for now. You were... Yeah, you were. Do I want to North play this if it comes up? Oh, not now. Okay, so 2 honor tiles, 1, 2, 3, and a 9. Depending on what we get here, we can potentially move things along. I'll get rid of a 6, actually. Second needs to be a good draw. I'll probably then at that point start looking towards forcing the Chanto Honitsu.
Chi.
Alright, well, let's stick with our plan. It's a terrible plan, but let's stick with it anyway.
Home.
Early days. I probably could have afforded to leave that. Dora 2. Not a good discard against somebody who's already gone dots, but it's done now. We are still slightly on tilt. Well, we'll see. There's a 5. Also, the yeast can go, so I should really get rid of that first. Eventually, we will pay attention and learn things. Yeah, yeast can go. Again, we can always win on the white dragon only at this stage. And a 7 puts us into Tenpai. It's a bad wait. We're waiting on another 7 with it, but you know it's better than nothing if it comes off. One 7 already gone.
Boom.
Alright, Egan Dragon set. Gives us the option to call this, but it doesn't really help us.
Kang.
Okay. So, the person on our left is reasonably confident about things. Or we're just going for a dragon-only hand, just trying to bump things up. But we draw a 7 now, we're in a really interesting position. One stays also safe against him, which helps. I don't think that helps us. Yeah, we're still going to have to discard an Orphan and have it as our pair. The only exception is if we draw another 8, in which case we'd discard the 9, go with that hand. Oh, that's not nice. Go on then. There's only one. We're on a hell weight with this, but
Wrong.
we win on the hell weight. This is the thing. Sometimes terrible weights win. Sometimes precisely because they're terrible weights. But anyway. Kara's not going to be too disappointed about that. That was really only a minor thing, so we'll see. Get rid of one of the dragons. Guessed correctly as well. Might get rid of a second one in a moment. So I'm thinking here mostly likely a Tanyo hand of some kind. Especially with that draw. So Tanyo, Pinfu, possibly Ipeco. Leaving up a pair of Freeze, potentially. If we have a 2, of course, that gives us the run there, which would mean we'd be going for Pinfu rather than Tanyo, but plenty of potential from this. We also have 4 pairs, which is potentially interesting, but since these aren't the 2s, if these were the 2s, I'd be tempted to go Toy Toy, but they are not. That also is a good draw. Alright, let's think. Let's get rid of the 2 dot. And again, we're looking at other things, so Toy Toy is out the window. People keep discarding things that I could call, which thins out the hand, I suppose. Makes them slightly safer in the long run, but 2-4. Love to call that, but not going to be able to. Another 2. I'm just determined to play everything I need.
Reach.
Okay, Cairo with the 4, so reach. So we know one definite safe tile within his hand. That's the only one we got a definite read on. I don't think he needs low dot tiles, but we'll have a go.
Dom.
No, he does. My read was basically on the 2 there, in fairness. He's on a closed weight for that. Some shenanigans going on with that. He's guarded that from a 1-3-5, so... I think he can say no all he wants. It happened. I think I'm rewarded, though, for something I don't deserve this. Well, that doesn't mean anything, sir. That's 1,000 points. So, Dragon Tempai, but I'd prefer to draw something and get a reach with this. If I draw another white dragon, I actually have reach, dragon, and stuff there. This hand is really close, so no door, unfortunately. But this is a good dealer hand, though. I can also call White Dragon and go into a 4-7, so... But it doesn't need it, and that's the key with this.
Boom.
Okay, second red. Four, 7, 2, 5, 8.
Each.
And a free. So we give up on the White Dragon side of things. We're just having a reach from dealer reach for not a lot of value. So again, just putting down the marker. We are the dealer after all. We discarded no Manzi tiles, which has a slight advantage for us here in this situation, I think. First thing we discarded was a dot. I just hope we don't discard a lot of Manzi after the reach, because we prefer them to assume Manzi were dodgy, but they're not caring about that. Close to this, that's dodgy. Again, more Manzi. That puts us on a 2-5-8 vein, potentially. Despite the 8's already going, so I guess not. Not providing any help for you. Dot tiles have been reasonably expensive. There's not been that many of them. But safe tile by Aegon. Whether by design or practice, who knows, but risky tile by Aegon, so I imagine he's nearly at Tempai.
Wrong.
And we'll take our deal turn, thank you very much. So it's a bit of a tit-for-tat game, really. No big hands at all at this stage. We're just passing through the turns without a lot actually happening, which is fine. It just means that the one big hand could easily win this. So the first player to get a Mungan is probably going to be in prime position. This hand is okay, but I can't say much more than that.
Home.
Get a pair of either of these, we're probably in okay business. So that's an alien triplet for Aegon. So I imagine one suit hands, or he's going for something shenanigan-y. So, Pin Fu hand, most likely.
Home.
Okay, that's a bonus tile. Yeah, no worries, Res. Catch you later. So let's say that'd be a free call blitz if that was the winning tile at that point. I reckon he is on some form of dot pattern, and that might be an indicator of Tenpai, but he could easily be on anything, given that he's on a he's got a bonus tile set there, and he's also Aegon. He could be free from Tenpai with that hand. If it's dragon only, I'm not too bothered about it, but oh, that's nice. Okay, so potentially got double tone, which immediately entitles us to be a bit more aggressive because that's more than what he's got, assuming we get it. Big assumption though. Two. I think Aegon's playing a bit of silly buggers there.
Home.
Carol decides to attack. At least proves my tile's safe, so I'm not too disappointed in him doing that, but... Okay, that's okay here. So we're getting close. Ideally need the east, but... Oh, that's a great draw. Okay. Let's toss the middle. So we got run. If we draw a 2, we're in Tenpai, waiting on a 2-5. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, drop the 1. So run, double pair. Call any of these, we're in Tenpai. Oh, Cairo, that's not what you want to do right now. The game is even. You do not want to aggravate things. Unless he's exactly in Tenpai. That was not a good move. If he's still fishing for an east, he's in trouble. I'm going to play that on the basis that it's only now the second Dora, so... Trying to look at if this is better. 2-2-2 is gone.
Home.
You weren't even in Tenpai with that. It was a risky discard, but with all the 2s gone as well, that looked like my best shot. I'd also be in for a possible Itsu, and I can't turn that down. Although actually it's no longer going to be a possible Itsu because all the 1s are gone. Ignore me.
Home.
Dom.
Yeah. It was dodgy, but it was also cheap. There's some worrying hands out there, in fairness, so... Alright, we're not playing well. I concede that, but... Ultimately, in that situation, we were getting into a bit of a crush point, and I'm glad it was only a cheap hand, so this gives me another shot to continue playing at this stage. I'm going to avoid calling the first tile. We're going to calm down a little bit, call the second one. We'll see how this develops. But currently, this is not a hand you want to call on the first tile with anyway. And bad beats happen, but I have not been discarding well, so... South to go as well. Get rid of the honors and we'll see where we're positioned. I'm an idot, indeed. Okay, 256 is an okay thing to be having here. Gives us the middle tile into things side of the weight, but yeah, this hand is a bit of a mess even at this point in the game, so we're probably just going to scatter at this point. I'm guessing dot tiles from that, but we'll see. Aegon furiously discarding middle Manzi tiles like there's no tomorrow.
Each.
Okay, reach from our opponent on the left. We have a safe tile against him, and I think we're going to use it for now. We're on 22,000 points. We're not in a bad way at all.
Dong.
And he gets the Apatsu off of Aegon. So reach Apatsu, Red Dora. No Uradura though, and he picks up a haul of points as we move into South 1. So yeah, we played that better. Not calling the early bonus tile was correct in that decision. We were too far away from a completed hand. Play Carly, at least more Carly than we have done previously, so we'll see. We need something to come together, but in fairness, this hand seems to be doing it. And you dealt in. If you have free Dora and deal in, it doesn't matter if you have free Dora. Which I would reply back to, but I haven't actually got things set up and organised for that, so... Actually, where are we? Oh, that's a great draw, actually. Okay. Okay. We're not going to call that. No real benefit to doing so. Actually, no, it's not a live east. Okay, that's fine then. No, ignorance just means you don't get to complain about it afterwards. Yeah, one away. It's not the best of things at this stage. But I do have a pin through weight if nothing else when it comes around to that. I'd like to draw a 6 because that gives me the Dora, 2 Dora rather. But 3 would do.
Chi.
Basically anything would do at this point. Any middle Manzu or Sozu tile gets me there, basically. Well, actually, high Sozu. Low thingamy. Yeah, fine. I think this is a hand that could elevate me into the lead as well.
Each.
Alright, reach Pinfu. 3-6. So you never know, somebody might be kind enough to discard the Dora. Not banking on it. And yeah, you're being helpful with my free bot discards. Six also might be a CG, but who knows? Who knows? Hoping somebody falls into CG trap on Medora. That'd be a fun thing. Yeah, honestly, this weight is really terrible in a lot of ways, but it's mostly all. Ooh, okay.
Wrong.
Somebody gave me Medora. Reach Pinfu to Dora. No Urdr though, and that will put me into the lead. Okay, so 29. I need another 100 points to actually bring this into a conclusion round, but we don't have to worry about that just yet. Yes, high energy while we're winning. We're a bad loser, really, at heart. Alright, this isn't the greatest of starting hands for a lot of reasons, but we'll see. I'm almost tempted to throw this and go Chanter. Well, we'll see. Say almost. It's no longer the East round. We can get rid of that. West is not our wind. We're just keeping it for the sake of it. But realistically, I don't think we're going to be calling it this point. No, because I'm in explanation. Again, the reason I don't do that, and I know you can't hear me, but I'm going to explain it anyway, is because I'm basically here as a tutorial service for anybody who wants to ask questions and to provide guidance on it. I can't provide guidance on a game that's actively in progress. I can provide guidance on a game that I'm commenting on 5 minutes after the fact. I can provide guidance on a few other things. But if I'm role-playing, I can't reveal my hand. I can't do the thing properly. So I probably will not be doing that. Also, that is a terrible position for me to be in. I got 2 Wests, though. So my outside thing there, if I drew another 9 dot, I was going to see if I could get a Toito with all the 9s. Which, you know, would have been fun. Anyway, we're just playing to run out of safe tiles at this point as much as we can. 4's a CG, but I don't think that's necessarily a safe tile. East, east, yep. See a few of those, that's fine. That is a really dodgy tile to get rid of. I'm happy he's done it because it's given me 2 tiles I can now play, but... Hey, I might even be able to pull off this Chanter thing. If he's waiting on... okay, well, I'll save on it. I was about to say, if he's waiting on Sozu, it would be the 147 vein, but... It doesn't appear to be doing that. Or if he is, he's at the lower end.
Home.
Any dot I would have considered dodgy. Any dot I'd consider dodgy. He could be on a 2-5 weight. It was quick, so I imagine it is going to be two-sided or irregular. Don't Karn into a reach, Kyrol. I've told... There's various reasons why you don't Karn into a reach. You basically give him an extra 4 bonus tiles. Because he gets the extra 1 there that gets revealed. He gets the extra 2 underneath that if he wins. And he didn't hit any Dora with that.
Home.
And he's being well too aggressive into this. And he's got, it may be half flush. That's free Dora. At that point, he might have something, but I still feel that he's not playing this well. No. Because you're playing like a moron and you're going to deal into him first. Okay. Of course, I have to worry about my own hands with that regard, in fairness, but... That's me running out of time there. In fairness, early Sozu would be my indicator. In all fairness, he's given me 2 more, so we'll take him. Yeah, he's also playing a bit like an idiot, given the early reach from the left, but he just doesn't fear it, so So, you know, what can you do? I don't imagine he's got anything. He's forced into Toy Toy. And he's given me 2 more safe ones, so...
Dom.
That was a terrible discard. Well, there's that big hand I mentioned to win the game. Alright. Typical East initial discard of North. And once again, it's not called. So, we need to hit a Dealer Mungan Sumo to overtake him at this point. And you never know, we might be able to pull something like that off. Red to start.
Home.
Which, of course, Kyril has. So, that's bad now is that Kyril decides to go for... Indeed! Reading discards. There's a few theories on it, but generally speaking, it's something you have to experience because whatever guide they give you now could be completely right one day, completely wrong the next day, depending on the game state, depending on situational things. There's a few generalized rules which I try to play to, but no, that's an unhelpful comment, sir. But there's a few generalized rules which I try to play to. Firstly, if they have discarded a tile, you know that's absolutely safe, so that's always your first priority if you're trying to avoid this deal again. Secondly, you can try and consider Sujis. This is true, they can be. They absolutely can be, especially when they've declared a reach. But you can always make some guides based on things. For example, Kyril's hand here. He made a very early discard of a 7-man. That means he's unlikely to have any high Manzu within the remaining of his hand. That was a quick win. You also knocked my dealer turn out with that quick win, darn you. And the stuff is never random. The thing is, it's always planned. And at every stage, in theory, a player has been trying to develop towards a particular hand or particular set of things. And because they have a plan, and because they've discarding according to that plan, you can track it. The best players in the world are very good at this. And, of course, it's always easier to do slightly on a real table where you can actually track where they've moved their discards within their hand. It's a little harder on Tenho, but still possible. Alright, so my only way of winning now is to get a Hanuman hand, which looks unlikely, but isn't impossible from here. If I can get a 3-4-5 Sanchiku with the Dora, that'll get me there. So I need 4-man, 4-dot, 3, so, and I'm there. So we have our plan. Let's see how that plan develops. I mean, in fairness, we will be second at the moment if nothing happens, although I imagine our player to our left is going to change the equation slightly on that one. Alright, we get rid of White Dragon because it's not part of our plan right now. I mean, we might have to go for something else and just hope to reach and grab some extra Dora. We might get lucky and draw another 3-dot, then be able to go Toy Toy Dora, which could also work. But for now, we'll keep going with what we seem to be drawing into, which is a ton of dot tiles.
Home.
Okay, call from him. Now, you got to think that he should, in theory, be going for a hand that's similar. Ooh, that might actually change what we do here. Because now that is a perfect Sanchiku draw at this stage. Although we are running out of tiles and time. I don't like it, but we got the plan. We've got to try and stick with it, because I don't think we're going to get any better unless we draw some frees. Seven's not helpful. Come on, 4-dot, 4-man. 4-so. 4 dot, 4 man, free save. Come on. Two dot, of course. Gonna discard that. 4 dot, 4 man, free so, win. I could take it, but open Sanchku is not going to be enough to hit Chiral unless I get a direct hit. So it'd be Sanchku, Dora as a non-dealer. I don't think that'd be enough as a non-dealer. I have to get it. I have to add reach onto it. Reach Batsumo would give you the hand. I mean, I definitely need to overhaul him, so...
Kang.
Kandora. Oh, that changes the equation. Come on. Extra Dora. Oh, good God. What do I do now? Well, now we're going Toy Toy. now we're going Yakuban territory, I think. Also, 1 free dot's been played, so there's 1 left on that basis. If I draw the 1 of the 3, then I can... Oh, dear God. This is just gone a bit crazy. Ignore me. The last 1 dot, the last 3 dot. That's not good enough. We completely changed plans and it would have worked. For 1 more discard each. I can call on a couple of these, but these can't. It's actually, this is the last discard. No 10, and Chiral takes the win from that. It's a little mad, but say towards the end there, I kind of got a little distracted, but either way, neither of my hands would have paid off. Unless I called it openly. There was no way of catching Chiral without going for the big game, which effectively was just doing the thing. Is there another game in progress? Did the game start without us? 9898. I don't think it has yet. No, we're waiting on 1 more. And there we go. Okay, so the same 4 as the last game. Open Sand, yeah, as I say, open was not worth nothing. With Concealed, with Reach, it was enough to possibly overtake Chiral. That was the only thing I had to bank on. The thing that changed was drawing the extra 3 dot and then possibly opening up Toy Toy and Sanako. With Fedora as well, which might have been an alternate way to handle it, but again, it was also a dangerous thing to just discard at that point as well. As I was only about 3,000 points above 3rd, so... Swings, roundabouts, and whatever. This is a good starting hand, actually. So, we are north, so we're the last dealer, which is probably the best place to be, in all honesty. Have a double run effectively there. Pair already established. 8 gives us double run, double pair, and dragon. So we kind of got our progression sorted out now. Dragon Call, green, something else, east, and just take the first win with White Dragon Dora.
Boom.
Okay, follow up with the east. Somebody should call that. Nope, they decided not to, whoever was playing that. Now the 2 dot. So we're 6 dot or 8 man away from Tempai. And we'd like to make it multiple-sided, but we'll see what happens with that. Could call that, but I don't think that's... I'll be 10 pie on the 8. One's played, though. Alright, we'll hold off. There's always a chance I can draw a mid-tile and just get rid of a 9 that way and just incorporate into a double run here. It makes Green Dragon a little awkward, but we've now drawn that, so let's go for it. So Silent 6 dot Freeman. And Freeman has been proven a safe tile, so we might incidentally get lucky on that.
Each.
Nah, I feel that was a slightly restrictive move in that case, but we'll see what happens from here. A dot's not safe. I think I've got to cut the 7-man here, haven't I? His first non-honor was a high Manzu, so he probably doesn't need those. This also keeps us kind of halfway there. And this still keeps us kind of halfway there. So we'll stay with it. Other than they drop an 8 dot. Not happening. Not getting any help from there either, so we keep going with a 7. So was played earlier. So my convention is that both of these are probably on low dot tile weights, which is a real pain when I draw that. Gonna keep on the Manzu straight here. Oh, god darn it. Screw it. I got three different people to worry about here. That gives me a safe discard. Red Dragon is safe. Oh, that was not what I meant to click there. I meant to click the Red Dragon. That's going to deal it, and I'm going to lose. Not quite. Yeah, that was a misclick and a half. 3 for free, free, 2 safe.
Hung.
It wasn't actually, as it turns out, but then he was going for the loosest interpretation of safe.
Sumo.
Hey, I helped him out. It was a Mungan for Aegon, but that was not a good hand, actually. Actually, no, that was fair. He got the Dora. It's a bit crazy to do that in the face of 2 reaches, but then Aegon does not play safe at all at any point for any reason because he doesn't know better, apparently. At some point, we'll find out he's a master of the game and he's just been trolling us for years. Well, however many years we've been doing this, 2. Still years. Alright, this is a reasonably good hand. I'd like to draw a 5 just to complete this off, possibly move us into the fabled possible Itsu, but... Alright, another 7. I'm actually going to get rid of my 5 at this point. We got 2 double runs here effectively, so we got the 9, 6 and the 5, 8 if we need to expand the hand over this direction. 5's not helping us a lot, even though it's a middle tile. The other things are much more connected and much more likely to pay off than going with that, so we'll see. 3-man, same reason. It's risky, but it was still in the first row, so we'll risk it. Okay, safe tile against him. I'm getting there. The thing is, I want to keep a pair. Keeping the pair is something that gets underestimated by a lot of players. And securing the pair is always a good thing, especially as I now know it's 2 safe tiles. I'm also 1 from Tenpai, so, you know, we're not getting rid of anything at this stage. Unless you meant this pair, in which case, no, because that's still two-sided runs. And we have a pair basically established. The only argument for getting rid of the ones would be for a Tanyo, but we're going to probably be keeping this one around, at least for the time being. So we're still on a 2-5. 5-8 for Tenpai. We'd have been perfect if we'd have gone for middle dot tiles, I think. Did you mean the 7 or did you mean the 1 dots here?
Reach.
Okay, so here we go. Reach from Chiral. And that is a perfect thing to be drawing right about now. Alright, let's drop the pair now. Arguably, it's probably the safest thing we have right now. You can still draw the 2. We got the 1 for definite safety as well to try and keep the hand going, but now we need to pick up another pair. Nah, you need a pair to win Mahjong, unfortunately, and I don't want to be chasing a pair at the end of the game. Alright. Well, not ideal. White dragon, white dragon, white dragon, white dragon.
Kang.
That makes me annoyed, because unfortunately I keep telling people this and they do not listen. Both of them do it. Both of them do that. I don't care if you're in Tenpai, I don't care how good your hand is. If you can't into a reach, you are just giving them free extra Dora tiles. So when Chiral comes up with a Baimin in a moment, because you deal in... I know, it's... They've both done it this session as well. They're in the chat in Discord. Go complain at them, seriously. Because it's something they do a lot, and really it just makes 0 sense. Annoys me, and now actually forces me to play more defensively. Now, I can't even play around this. I cannot risk dealing into that. And yeah, you gave him 2 extra Dora. For no benefit. You weren't even in Tenpai. If you claim you were folding that hand, if you can't after a reach, you do not fold. You have to go for it, because that's basically what you've done at that point. It was dealer reach as well. Carning into a dealer reach is just suicide. Anyway. Yeah, they're in Discord. Go complain to them. Even a closed card, there are situations, because you can play it if you are Tenpai and it is you're about to reach, because Khan reach is one of the strongest plays you can make in Mahjong, in my opinion. But usually that's the best time to do it. This being said, Ivan Tenho missed an opportunity to pull off a Sankansu because I've missed that I had 2 Khans in my opening hand and misclicked. And that's been called away. I wasn't calling that anyway, but that also now means I probably want to get rid of this set in a moment. Yeah, of course. But still, Reach Khan is... but Khan Reach is definitely a strong power play. Well, even then, it's not safe. Or not guaranteed, anyway. Because you're basically culling 3 safe tiles. Well, in fact, 4 safe tiles. Because eventually you can be proven from other things that it is the safe tile. It gives you information knowing where all 4 of a tile is as well. It means you know where its break in the set happens, especially if it's a middle number tile. That kind of information is especially useful. I should probably be getting rid of this 7 and concentrating on the hand rather than talking to you. Sorry. Okay, so 2 calls from Chiral. Toy Toy, maybe he's got a pair of Dora. Although, he discarded a 4, so he doesn't. He's got Toy Toy only. Toy Toy is simples, maybe. Because of that, we get rid of our 1 pairs here.
Dom.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, in fairness, going for Toy Toy when you got the dragon back up is fine, although I think he went to... I don't know. It paid off. Maybe he didn't go early. Okay. Double dragon start is always a nice thing. Unfortunately, I've not got the particular hand layout that allows me to go straight into a Honitsu with it, but this is definitely a hand we can call with and go places. If I get 2 dragons early, that's... no. I was hoping the white dragon wouldn't happen. Yeah, I think we might look to greedy on this one, but... The thing is, Toy Toy is risky. It's always risky, and it's really easy to defend against. If somebody's got 3 discards, you just discard things you already see on the table. And that normally gets you out of trouble with it. Whoever those 2 white dragons are going, this is the kind of hand where I really don't want the white dragons disappearing early. Even though I'm nowhere near expecting to get to the dragon's hand, it's always nice to have that threat open. 2 dragon calls and nobody knows who the white dragons are because it really stalls everybody. But anyway, we're going to be aiming for a half flush, although that's we might end up just going for a double dragon win at this stage. We need to push the boundaries a little bit, catch up, get up hand. Well, I'm not here to be nice, sir. Also, thanks, sir. I wasn't 100% sure if it was Mordecai because he hadn't chatted at all, and I wasn't sure he was in the Discord chat, but... What do you mean I'm not being very nice? How would he know I'm not being very nice? It's not like I'm Nigel. Nigel's very nice, but, you know. Alright, maybe we will be going for the half flush here. Dragon half flush. If I can get a 4 discarded from Egan, then maybe we'll think about it.
Boom.
Calling that doesn't benefit us, unfortunately. Well, not massively. It's something we could have called, but again, it doesn't move us any closer to Senpai here. It still gives us 3 things we need to fill up and a pair, so... It's a much stronger thing to just break up one of these sides.
Boom.
That we're going to have to call, though. Alright, this means we're not going for the half flush here. Because we need to finish off the hand now. Also, it'd be reasonably convenient for us to pretend we are waiting on that sort of thing, so... Also, that makes it look like I was debating it, but I wasn't. Alright, so 9, 6, 4, 7. Not sure what the red 5 was in aid of. But I guess that means we can go this, and again, backtrack on what I said a minute ago and go for it. Problem is, it's going to be on a 6, so which is not a great weight right now. Also, there's not a lot of 1s available. Double Dragon Honitsu Toy Toy would be Hanneman, I guess, but that's extremely unlikely at the moment. It's 1-8 left, 1-1 left. And a few 6s, but they have to come from Egan. There's more just a threat to try and convince people to fold, I think, at this stage. Drawing a 4 so would be okay. He could be on a Sozi weight, but I'm somehow doubting it.
Reach.
God damn it. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna fold that. So waiting on a 4-7. All the 4s are over there. Yeah, it's fine. Hands occasionally happen after all. So Cairo is still dealer. Gap has increased. We've got a pair of bonus tiles in our opening hand. But not a lot else going on. One man. At least for the time being. The hand needs a lot of help, so we can't really call the East if it comes up early, but might be able to do some other stuff with it. Could have got rid of the red because one's been played, but actually, I suppose it's the other way around, isn't it? So yeah, green dragons Fedora for this round. So we'll keep hold of that for the moment until we know that's safe. But with a couple of 9s, maybe a 7 here gives us a possibility of some reasonable hand out of this. Sanch Q with East backup. Red 5, okay. Alright, let's risk it. It's turn 4. Who's got the Fedora Dragons? Okay. He claims I'm not nice to him and I give him Fedora Dragons.
Boom.
But it's early enough now that I can deal with it, and also early enough that people are going to be idiots and call into things. Cairo.
Boom.
Well, now that puts us on the back foot. So, do we think Dots Honitsu, or do we think just big hand at this stage? Because he could easily be on anything with free draw plus dragon. He's got Mungan. I generally don't know how to play this. I think I'll get rid of my 9s.
Kang.
Yeah, now this is where a Khan happens because he's in Tempai. This is the perfect position for him to be in a Khan. He's in last place. He's got his Yaku already sorted out. He has absolutely zero reason not to go and big this up right now, especially as it's early. And I am already folding. I mean, it's obviously a half fold here because my hand's actually developing reasonably quickly in an odd and bizarre way. But we've got 2 5s we can get rid of here. If I can get 3 7, be in Tempai on the 8 thing there, then we've got a reasonable shot at things.
Each.
2 and 4 being safe helps, especially as it's safe against both of them. So Aegon, oh dear God, what is this? Well, now I don't know what to do. Being able to fold it. I really hate having to fold that. Really hate having to fold that, but I had to do it. With that many Kandor available, and really the 8s aren't visible, and the greens are there, so I really can't afford to do that. 3 dots safe against the reach. I'm also going to concern myself with what's safe against him, though, so 9 goes. Got 2 5s that should be safe, although that vein is a bit dodgy, even though he's got a 2. I'm still got to be off. I can't rely on that 2 being a CG safety tile. 3 dot has been proved safe. Again, a risky discard like Cairo, but North 5. Well, 5 can be proven safe then. And that once again clarifies that, so we can use this to our advantage. Grab an 8. I'm still not that far from Tempai, as knowingly. But hey, we're not going to get there. This is not the time to this. There's half folding and there's just ridiculousness because this hand looks as if I've tried to develop it this far. Wondering if he's even in Tempai.
Wrong.
No, he is. There we go. I think that's deserved on balance. You play risky tiles often enough, eventually you will deal in. Okay, well, that's a nice start. Let's think about this a little more, but that is a nice start. Alright, dragon to begin. It also had the nice effect of evening up the table a little bit, so... So this is a hand we might go Toy Toy with. So we got the 3 possible things we can call here. And of course we got our backup Yaku, which is already established. So this is a potential hand for that. Of course I'd like one of these to be Dora, but... Yeah, okay. We've now got 5, so this is Toy Toy. This is a Toy Toy hand now. Assuming we get them. If we don't, then we might be going for other hands. Bigger and better hands, potentially. I mean, hey, just give me 3 tiles already owned and we'll be in business. Yeah. Arguably I should have kept that, but... With this hand shape at the moment, I don't think it matters too much. Egan's also doing something strange again, so I imagine he's on for a dot Honitsu of some kind. But I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up calling a Manzu tile in a moment. Alright, another green dragon.
Boom.
I have to get rid of a 7 dot here because it's the most risky tile we own. Also, there's only 1 free left, so it's just something to be aware of later going on, but... You never know. If we can get the red 5 as well here, that'd be especially nice for us. Drawing one more of these, getting into Tenpai would also be awesome. Just allows that potential of getting into the Sananko as well. So Sananko Toy Toy. With that for definite Mungan. I mean, it is definite Mungan anyway, but still. Number 7. Problem is, all 3 of the tiles I need to call for Toy Toy are actually risky tiles in general. So middle tile and a free 7. One of them is also Vidora Indicator, so there's less of those. There's exactly 1 of those. Keep that, just because North is live right now.
Boom. Kang. Dong.
I'll take it, but I'm not happy with that. There was another Khan into a strong position where, you know, that was definitely Tenpai. What was the point of that Khan? Exactly. Especially when you're in the lead. And that's the thing that I get annoyed most by people when they can't. When they're in the lead and all they're doing is giving away points. Alright, well, we have Double Ton available. We have additional things. This is another Toy Toy hand, annoyingly. Dragon that's safe. Bonus tile there. Yeah, this is Toy Toy all over. Especially as I might even be able to push this into Toy Toy Honitsu. No. If I had the extra East or another if this was another bonus tile, say dragons, I'd be tempted to call anyway. On the basis I'm likely to get one of them.
Boom.
Okay, 1 Dora.
G.
Okay, potential change of plans. Kyrill's called an alien wind, so goodness knows.
Home.
Okay, so Honitsu. Yeah, that's what I was thinking on this one as well. Now that I've got Vidora in there as well, there's not too much need to go for it. If anything, I'm now trying to play safe against the Honitsu up top. Which is going to be awkward because I feel I'm going to have to get rid of the Souths. Okay, well that one's already done. So we've got another 9 that I can get rid of. I think the 987s, these two are both going to be safe as it turns out, especially that 77. Whatever, but yeah, this is not really needed at this stage. I'm also dealer, so, you know. If it wasn't for a 10 from what I just did, I'd keep that. So we still need a 5, which is a little short on supply at this stage, but that we'll see. So 7, 7, 7, 7. All the 7s are gone. 6, 6, 6. There's 1 6 left, but I don't imagine he's waiting on either of those. I'm trying to work out if the 5s might be safe. Yeah, I can't afford to get rid of the honor tiles, either of them at this stage. And I put better than even money that Kyrill's probably on a pair of one or either of these.
Dom.
Well, I'd have lost on that bet, but that was a really cheap hand. I'm not too upset losing that, in fairness. I'm not that far from Aegon at this stage. Aegon's playing like, well, Aegon always does, so I imagine I'll have opportunities to knock his points down a little bit later. So I'm just happy enough to be in the hunt at this stage, going into South. I'm also have the advantage of being the last dealer, so... Kyrill's also on the attack again, and I think is just fully on tilt at this stage. Which is something I experienced in game 1, of course, and it's there are times where you have to force yourself to calm down in the game at this stage and think about the bigger picture. Especially when you're playing against players of Aegon's caliber, I suppose, I should say. I feel like I'm being really exalted to Aegon here. I apologise. If he watches. Kyrill does occasionally play defensively, but he only seems to play defensively when he, you know, is winning. Let's get rid of my Norths at this stage. So we're looking for Tanya Pinfu, which is the usual sort of hand from this side kind of layout. Got a pair of 7s established. Need to draw a couple of middle tiles to get there.
Home.
Couple of possible Sanch queues. Okay, North Call by Mordecai. Yeah, but he fails to notice what the true scary things are. Is what seems to be my estimation of it. He seems to overestimate certain safe plays and then does Khans into reaches. Which, you know, scares me, and I'm not even the one about to deal in. The only, as I say, it's a slight thing, but when you do see someone carving for a reach, you normally have to then play defensively regardless of anything else. But you know, the gods of karma usually make sure that the person who did that deal in.
Home.
Okay, so Mordecai is on for an honor hand at this stage. Probably a dot Honitsu of some kind. But he could easily be on... No, actually, he could easily be on something... He can be even something bigger than that. Dropping the 6 dot, though, gives me a safe tile here. The hand's looking really good, but not in that context, unfortunately. In this context, my hand is kind of terrible. If I can pull off the 3, 4, 5 Sanch queue in silent, then I'd be quite happy to do so, but... I think I'm going to get rid of that. It's unlikely, but there's an outside chance he's on for outside hand. And either way, I can't discard dots into him.
Boom.
Okay, Kara's got a set of freeze. Can't discard the 9 into that, unfortunately, so I feel that actually the best play is now to get rid of both my 7s. And again, I thought Cairo noticed a problem earlier, but apparently he doesn't feel that's a
Dom.
significant enough threat. What was he attacking with? Yeah, no. Cairo, that was not a justified hand for that attack, I'm afraid. I think Mordecai is quite rightly able to complain about that if he is in the chat. Alright, south to start. So this hand's not as good as my last one, though. I mean, we'll see what we are after we get rid of some honor tiles. But I'm not expecting too much from this. Draw a 4 on my next one. Draw a pair of something that's in my honor tiles. Drop the 8. Tempai. I think quite quick as well if that happens in exactly 2 draws. Okay, that's helpful enough. One west is gone, so we won't bank on getting the remaining 2. Already played one south, so second south should be fine. We also have Sinner White Dragon, so we should probably get rid of that next. Okay, 6-man over the Green Dragon for the moment because it's still alive. And I think we need to do that when it becomes necessary. I mean, in fairness, if we draw the 7 now, we're in Tempai on a 3-3-6. Or we can just draw another Green Dragon. Okay, get rid of the closed weight and we'll carry on like that then. So 3-3-6 or Green Dragon. Either way, it's going to be an irregular weight with a possible Green Dragon as a bonus thing to be waiting on. I've discarded a set of Souths. That makes me sad. I suppose I should get the 1 really. Get rid of a 6 instead because that gives me the outside chance of drawing the 2, going into it that way. Okay. I'm playing around to a certain extent, but this is now allowing me to call a Green Dragon as well. Gives me my double set there. I've gone backwards. This 2 discards a bit put me backwards. I mean, there's still Green Dragon into Tempai, but...
Boom.
Also, I'm down to a 5 dot only weight on this thing now, so I should probably get rid of this. Ah.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
We're not even in Senpai. What am I doing? Alright, fine.
パン、
ポン、
チー、
That dead weight. I was trying to work out if that was a dead weight, but actually now that's just going to be for a 10-1.
ポン、
スモ、
Yeah, you lot are playing silly buggers. I'm going to win. So that was the worst game I've played of Mahjong in a quite considerable amount of time from my own perspective there, because I should have stayed well out of that. Anyway, it's happened now. I'm going to go back to the original game plan, which was play silently and just ignore what's going on around me as much as possible. The pro wins in silence after all, as much as they can get away with. Alright, this actually is a really good hand though. 2 from Tenpai, so we'll see what develops. Okay, West Wind discarded. So I'm guessing he had one or Tyrell's decided not to call for whatever reason. Get rid of the East. So 147, 1-4. 8 doesn't really help us. Let's get rid of the red. Nah, if I had a better hand, then that would have been it, but not in that instance. Alright, 1 from Tenpai. Unfortunately, Green Dragons means it's not going to be pinned to, but don't want to go for this. Well, wait. I mean, it's not going to be pinned to anyway, so I'm happy to go with Dragon and see if I can improve the hand, maybe get the 4 on this side.
Boom.
Doesn't help, does it? I mean, I guess it moves the hand. Oh no, I've got 3 green daggers. I don't know what I'm doing that for. Nah, ignore me there. The 4 makes sense because that obviously increases the Fedora value. That does nothing because I've got 2 green dragons in my hand. Maybe I'll just reach. Gonna leave it to the last second just for the lols.
Each. Chi.
Stole the Apatsu. I don't know. Again, it's a cheap hand, but I've become a dealer after this, so I'm okay to push this. I'm not sensing a great amount of value from
Chi.
people, especially if he's gone double Chi. So player in last is almost no value at this stage, but he might have a pair of green dragons. Which is ultimately why the reach has to be done at this stage, because I might have to win on the 6s. And with Manzutars being this cheap, you know, might just pay off as well. Red 5 cheap.
Pang. Long.
Well, thank you very much, Aegon. You've given me how many extra drawer? 1. Well, I'd hope to punish him more for that, but, you know, all you did there was give me extra value. I think when I make the instructional video at this point in the game, I will say something along the lines of, just because you can does not mean you should. That might be the entire lesson. I don't know. Certainly certain players on this I showed both the YouTube incarnation and this one have needed to learn it. Well, exactly.
Home.
I actually didn't check whether I got that from the bonus ones, but either way I got it from Uradura. It was senseless and not needed at all, and because of that he dealt in, so... Unfortunately, well, this is an okay hand for coming back with dealer. We prefer something a little meatier at this point, if I'm honest. Get the East, though. That gives me East, Dora, if I can get that to incorporate into anything. So not terrible, I guess. Yeah, I'm also battling because I've been up since 5 this morning, so yay. This is definitely going to be the last game of the night, I'm afraid. Well, I'm assuming it's going to be the last game of the night. I am the last dealer, and if it's a draw, I win. Yeah, Open Tanya would do it. I might even be tempted to start calling for things, but we'll see. Because unfortunately, the 9 there is a little complicated. And I could easily deal into people. That's the other side of the coin. I don't want to deal into people because that would then cause me to fall under Aegon. So I have to play it somewhat defensively here. I can't just rush. That being said, this is looking good for Pintu at the moment.
Chi.
And of course, if I get a 6, I can transfer that over.
Chi.
No, because it's South 4. No, actually, fair point, fair point. That is a fair point, actually. Home. Darn it. Yeah, no, I would. I didn't realise that at the time, but you're absolutely right. That also means we're extremely likely to have this happen because it would only take a small sumo from anybody else and we basically go into this West round. Meanwhile, yeah, true. Kairos as well. But Kairos not that far behind either. So I'd have to be aware of that. I don't think Aegon wants that. We might need to call to be in a draw at some point soon. Command should be safe. I'm kind of changing tack a little bit here. Because we're so close to the end, I need to call something to hit Tenpai. And this gives me 147 to do it. Okay, that gives me no 4s left, so I have to hit a 1 or a 7.
Home.
Or Cairo can just go off here.
Home.
That was risky, because if he went off that, then absolutely. But I'm banking on a couple of things now. If I'm Tenpai in a draw, I win.
Hung.
Well, I mean, that's the other way you can take it. Candy Sankansu. Actually, no, the 7's already gone. South. Who wants the South? Oh, no, nobody wants the South. Perfect. And after all that, I was the only person in Tenpai. After all that. After all that. So what have we learned about carning into reaches, people?
Yeah, but
No, what have we learned about
Okay.
carning into
Mark,
reaches,
before
people?
you say anything, I would have won the last hand with 2 cons and full continued. I would actually
absolutely.
have
No,
made
no,
enough money.
No,
Yeah,
in
so-
yours instance, that was perfectly justified. You were in last place. Although, as was pointed out, you only need to take a few points off of me, and we would have gone into a West Wind. But
Yeah.
yeah,
If it wasn't a
definitely with,
misclick, he actually
with
would have
your
won the whole
massive,
game.
with your massive point deficit,
Mark,
2 cons could
Mark,
definitely
I
have
would-
accelerated you.
Yeah, but Mark, I would have won the game.
Yeah, probably.
What happened was that I misclicked, so I pawned instead of conning the 6. And then when the 6 came out, instead of having the pairs, the pairs, so I would have won it. Instead I
Except you
had-
did draw a different
shit.
tile because you pawned rather than can't.
Yeah, sure, but I drew it the next time around. So
Yeah, but you wouldn't have drawn that tile because you pawned, so that changed the draw order. If you'd have caned
Maybe.
instead, it would have kept the natural
But-
draw order.
what happened was that instead of being in Tempai with a hand that might actually win me the game, I was not. I was not in Tempai. Oh well.
Anyway,
that
doesn't change my rant against the other 2. So
No, that's true.
For the record, most of the canning was...
no,
was on-
most of the canning was in a stupid position where you didn't need to.
To be fair, I didn't,
In the
I didn't do that, as far as
slightest.
I'm aware, right? I'm pretty sure. I think I did it once. And
You
that's
did.
because
You
I
caned
was
into a
in
reach,
Tempai.
and then what happened? You got 3 extra Dora tiles. What benefit did you have? You were not even in Tempai because you called afterwards.
Oh well.
Oh well, anyway.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to close the stream there. I'm going to close the stream on that rant.
interface was really shitty. God damn it.
Are you using the
I
web
need to
one,
get
or are you
Flash
using the...
interface working again.
Sorry?
I need to get the Flash interface working again. I have the HTML interface now, and that is really, really bad.